In the last video, we pulled the transmission, discovered the clutch has exploded. Got a CV shaft and some mounts for the top of the struts. The coilovers are in the mail. So today I want to go through this. This is what we saw in the last video. This thing just self-destructed inside the bell housing. I want to get my wand and blow all this out, clean it up really good. Let me see if I can get you a light in there. So we've got that piece of metal just stuck in the case. We've got a ring around it. All in all, it's not horrible. Pretty good bang there. That's a pretty good groove. But no broken case, no broken fins. This bearing still moves pretty good. This didn't get damaged. So I think we're good. Other than the slave cylinder and the shaft coming out of the slave cylinder. I don't know if that's, I've got to do some research, but I think we've got a good tranny and we've got a brand new clutch. So I say we get this thing cleaned up, start throwing this transmission in. Hopefully we can get it in this video. I got it cleaned out pretty good. I took a wire brush and some simple green and compressed air. Pretty much got everything out of there. I'm happy with it. I went ahead and painted it black. No better proof that the tranny was just out than it being nice and shiny and black. So, because you know, when you post these things on Facebook Market and people are always like, do you have proof of this, proof of that? That's why I put the date on the front of the engine when I did the timing belt, and I took pictures. And I take pictures, you know, like this, showing it painted with the new clutch by it in front of this car, you know, and I have, people will generally believe, you know, obviously, that it's been done, because you've got a lot of people on Facebook Market that will lie and say timing belt's been done or this has been done and not have any proof of it. Well, if they don't have proof, you know, a lot of times it's hard to believe them. You can usually, it's like a person-to-person basis. You can tell who you can trust and you can tell who you can't. But yeah, this will all be brand new. I got the flywheel all nice and cleaned up. I've got the tranny ready. All right, for now the old Passat is on hold. They went ahead and picked these up. Got 3 different types running tests. They've got a few of this model bus, and all of them go through headlights like you wouldn't believe. They blow way too often, so always putting headlights in them. They found these 3 sets of LEDs. Check these things out. I saw them, I thought they were completely cool. Like this one's got a fan in the back, and it, you know, no longer do you have to have the box. It just plugs right into the socket. Then you got this one that's got a giant heat sink. I'm anxious to see how bright they're going to be. And then you got these ones. You got the fan in the back with the box. And they all just plug right in. They have made HID headlights super convenient and easy. So I think I'm going to go with these ones just because I think they look the coolest. It's got the fan. And we'll see. Maybe it's in the electronics that keeps blowing these bulbs. Maybe it's just the Napa bulbs. Just like any other spaceship, you got to try to figure out how to get to the light bulbs. My initial instinct was drop the front. That's not it. It's even better. There we go. Complete access. This should be pretty easy if the other side is like this. All right, boys. Lights are in. Jam that out. Back to the Passat. Let's get something done. On to the next dilemma. So this pilot bearing is absolutely stuck. This is the puller they give me that's supposedly for this. You tighten that bolt, these ears spread, but the inside of those pilot bearings are smooth, so the ears don't grab anything. And if you look here, it's not a normal pilot bearing where you can use bread or wet paper or a normal puller to get behind it and pull it out. There is no behind this pilot bearing. So, you know, unless you can really get them forks to push outward a ton, it's not gonna grab that and pull that out. So I'm on to the next big thing. Dremel with a diamond bit. I'm gonna cut one side of it, groove, and then I'm gonna try to take a chisel and fold it in on itself. All right, pinion bearing is in. Flywheel is lightly resurfaced. Bearing is in there, looking good. So I'm gonna grab this clutch. We can get this thing on here. All right, we're getting there. This is the part that always freaks me out because you have play. I don't really know the method for doing that, but it says 22 Newton meters and it says 30 Newton meters on different forums. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the 30 Newton meters. I'll start off with 10 all the way around. I'll do 20 all the way around and then finish it off with 30. Make sure, I guess all I gotta do is make sure this pulls out good and we should be fine, hopefully. Making awesome progress. Got all the bell housing bolts around except for these bottom 3. And I went online and I did a bunch of research on how to get these bolts out because they literally line up with, you can't get anything in here. And most people take the engines out, and you know, that wasn't an option for us. So what I learned was you get the transmission mounts off and you jack this thing up until it's hitting the top of the tunnel, and you can just get in here and get this one, and this one with a wrench on an angle. I was able to break them free and quarter turn them out, and it wound up being not that bad. So last 3 bell housing bolts and then transmission mounts, and we can start whipping this thing back together. All sensors are hooked up, tranny mounts are in. I think I got this thing all the way in. I want to check the fluid. I want to change the fluid actually if we're doing all this work. I just tested the fill plug and the drain plug. Both come out, so let's pull this and see what's in here. Oh man, it looks good. It's nice and golden brown. That's weird. I don't know if you can see it. Wow, this car really was taken care of. This will be about 2 quarts. It's a little bit thinner than. Freaking smells weird. I wonder what was in it. Whatever it was, I mean, that's not even dark at all. It's literally the color it would come out of the bottle. That makes me happy. This thing's gonna run good for a long time. All right, it's all filled back up. I went with Lucas, something that's gonna last a long time, full synthetic, should work good. This stuff has been amazing. I mean, any Lucas product has been amazing. Anytime I've ever used it, this really is a good company. So I've got the drain plug back in the bottom. I think we're wrapped up for tonight. Mounts are in. Now what I have left to do is the struts, CV axles, and that one arm. Should be pretty easy. This thing's gonna go back together quick. Now I know the transmission's got good lube in it. I know the car sat for 2 years, so I never expected it to come out looking that clean. But whoever had this, I think they did take care of it. I think the car went down, the clutch exploded. They got overwhelmed, they sold it to this kid, and you know, so on and so forth. And then we came across it. So, new clutch, new timing belt, new gear oil and transmission, auxiliary water pump, CV axle, and we got these for the tops of the new struts. They're 12 bucks. I mean, that's gonna make that sit nice and quiet, because you can see this one here. Thought about reusing that, but that's gonna squeak. It's gonna sound like crap. And whenever you put lowering suspension or coilovers on a car and it's noisy, it completely defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? Your car looks cool, but you sound like crap when you come through a parking lot. Either way, we're getting close to wrapping up this project. Still looking for wheels. You're gonna have to stay posted on that. Don't know what I'll pick. I do have a set of rotiforms in the Passat at home. May use them, may not. Don't want to. I want them for that car. But tranny's in. Next video we will be installing the lowering coilovers, hopefully wheels, cleaning this thing up, full detail, and it should be up for sale. We'll have a price breakdown, what we spent, what we're gonna post it for, and hopefully we'll get to see what this thing looks like. You'll have to come back to see it. How much money will we make off this car? If you like flipping cars or you want to make money on the side hustle, you know, just kind of like a second income, we use this money to buy car parts. Putting a big turbo on that. We've got a bunch of projects we're working on. This stuff pays for it. So come back, learn how to do it, see how this turns out. Thanks for watching. Peace.